So let's review that. Education and talent doesn't grow without work. Soil and seeds don't grow without water. You have to dream, you set goals, you plan, and then you do. Start at the end and work backwards. Make a yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily plan. Every month, evaluate your dreams, your goals, your plans, and work to reframe it, reorganize, tweak, and refine it. So how do you know what you should be doing? Well, there's two schools of thought. One, it's kind of like the old, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. You don't necessarily have to find your passion and then do it. Maybe just what you're doing, do it well enough to where you'll gain some passion for that. So how are you going to do this? And remember your goal. You know, if you can't get around the mountain, you can't go over it, go around it, go through it. And I've always said too, if nothing works, sometimes if you go 180 degrees, so if you're trying to get to the other side of a mountain and just can't do it, if you turn 180 degrees and walk backwards, eventually you'll go around the earth, you'll be on the other side of that mountain. Now that's kind of funny, but it's true. So how do you find out what you should be doing? All right, what you want to do is you want to think about your past. You want to ask trusted friends, now I say trusted friends and relatives, have them describe you at the ages they knew you. So if they knew you at 5 or growing up, you know, at 5, how were you? What did you do? What did you like? What did they think about you? What kind of person they think you would become? Have them describe that person in 5 words, all the way through. If they knew you at 5 and then 10, and then, you know, puberty and then young adulthood and so forth, have them pick 5 words that define you. And ask them what they saw you doing. What did they think you would be? If they knew you around age 7, that's really important. So ask them what you were like, what you did, maybe what you said. You might have said, I want to be a fireman, I want to be this. Kids go through those phases, but around 7 is when our personality really gels. And you can kind of see the person. There's the old English adverb, if you know the boy at 7, you'll know the man. So it works with women too, but you know, they were kind of a little more not as gender equal back in those olden times in England. No offense, just how it is. Then ask yourself these things. What can I do without remember learning? What can I do that I don't remember learning? When does time just seem to pass without you knowing it? What are you doing? And it's not always the exact thing you're doing. It might be something that you're doing engaging a lot of people. It might be selling candy for a fundraiser or something. You're talking to people. You're out there making it happen there. It might be drawing or reading where you're over in the corner all by yourself. It might not be the drawing or the reading. It might be the fact that you're doing something on your own over there in your little laboratory, okay? What do people call you, or did they call you? I've had many people call me the Musicman. I'd come to, used to go to houses and I would give lessons to multiple children at one time. And one lady in particular, wonderful grandma, was doing this for all her kids, and she called me the Musicman, you know. But I've had, a lot of different things. We used to go bicycling, and they'd call us the cyclists, you know, and we had little motorcycles out in the country. We'd go out in the woods, and, you know, they'd call us what did they call us? The Timberwolves or something, you know, because we were out in the woods. So what do people call you? What do they think about you? What do they think you could be doing? Ask your friends now, what do you see me doing? Who out there do you know is exactly like me, personality-wise, or closest to it, and what are they doing? And you'll get an idea of some of the things. And they might be, like I said, they might be 2 separate things, but the doing of them is very similar. So now what do? You kind of bring this down to either, I only do things when I'm off in the corner, I only do things with people, or, I love drawing buildings, or I love selling hot dogs. All right, volunteer and go do these things. Even if you've got a job, go volunteer. or do them for free until the day you say, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Or you say, wow, I'm going to make these people pay me to do this. And then ask them. Ask. Monetize whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing now, say you don't really care for it or you don't know if that's what you should be doing. Look up ways of monetizing it. Think of ways of monetizing it. Scale it. Are you doing something? Are you doing artwork for somebody? Well, do your own artwork and sell it. Get some NFTs, some non-fungible tokens, which I'm going to start doing, and put some artwork out there. Put it out there for sale. Make them and go. I once ran into a dude who took a brush and he took these little like 4x4 pieces of wood and he would dab and make these beautiful paintings of flowers. And then he found frames that would fit those pieces of wood, and he took a few. He made up about 20 and took them to this little antique store and said, you think you could sell these? And the guy said, sure. He said, what do you want from me? He's like, what do you think you could sell them? We'll split it. He said, I could probably get $20. Okay, so he went home. He made 100 of them within a couple of weeks. I mean, it's, didn't take him very long. And the cost, I think, was less than $1 each. So it was just his time. And he took them to the guy, and the guy sold out in a few weeks. And then he was having there was going to be like a convention. And he took those. He told the guy, well, let's go in business together. You get a third, I get a third, and we'll sell them to them. And he had quite a career there. And he was a young fellow and doing really well. I myself used to cut out of wood these cats. It was like a cat that's been scared. It was a caricature with his back humped up and everything. And it was an umbrella stand, and I made them. And I couldn't sell them, so I just took 10 of them, and I took them to people, and I left them there with a note. And I said, keep this for a month, and if you like it, keep it. If not, leave it back out on the porch a month from now, and I'll pick it up. If you do like it, you can pay me $20, or you can show this to other people, and if you sell 5 of them, I'll give it to you for free. And suddenly I did quite a good business. I did a whole summer doing that and made some good money. I was just a kid. I didn't know anything. But do those things. Monetize what you're doing now and see how you feel a year from now. You might, if nothing else, maybe you've saved some money or made some money. Start small. Be calm and assertive. Always be calm, assertive, and value what you do and demand others value it. I've never been in a situation where somebody talks about the starving artist or you can't make money when I don't speak up and say that's exactly wrong. Because if you can out earn Beyonce or Jay-Z or Ed Sheeran or any of those people, you let me know. I don't even think you're close. And the people, there's probably 300 people around each of these artists making millions of dollars, and then another 300 around each of them making hundreds of thousands of dollars, another 300 around all of them. So you're talking maybe, a couple 100,000 people that are making a living. Don't say that. It's not how much money you make. It's that you're making yourself a living, and you're making some good money. Now, everybody can't do that, but doctors lose their jobs, and every profession, has its negatives. So start small. Be calm and assertive. Always be calm and assertive. If you control your emotions, nobody can control you. Look up Bruce Lee. Google him. Some of his sayings. That's his whole thing. Don't let anger or emotions cloud. I'm not saying never get angry. People get angry. Don't let it cloud your emotions. Most people make the biggest mistakes in their lives because they react emotionally when they should just go be emotional somewhere else. Go outside and scream, go run around. But that anger will build up and make you do weird things, and all you see is iron bars in front of you, and that's not good. Calm and assertive all the time, and you demand others value what you do. Now, once you've found this area you think you will be successful in, you want to immerse yourself in it. Engage with like-minded people. What is immerse yourself? Let's say I wanted to be a doctor. I'm a little kid maybe, or a teenager, or an adult. Do you know any doctors? Not just one. Your doctor that you go see, say, I want to become a doctor. Can I shadow you for a day? Can I just hang around the office for a day? Is there a place I can go learn what it's like to be a doctor? Do you have anybody I can talk to? If he doesn't know, go to another doctor and just offer your services. Say, I would like to offer my services for a month for free just to work here. I'll clean the floors, I'll sweep up just so I can see what's going on, meet people, talk to them, and maybe you can give me some of your time during that month to kind of let me know what goes on and so forth. And then engage with like-minded people. So you want to do Facebook groups, you want to go see who's becoming a doctor, you want to go talk to them, you want to see what it's like. Ask, ask, ask. Let me tell you something, and it's something I should do more, but the era I was brought up, the kind of person I am, I don't ask, ask, ask. There was a story of a man, two stories. One guy started with a paper clip and bartered it up to a house. So, and at first nobody cared about his paper clip. They just thought it was a fun story. Here, I'll give you this, take a picture of me and I'm the first one, first one going on. And he eventually got something of some value. So then he got something of $2, $3 value from this guy, but for somebody else it was worth $5. So he took something that was only worth $4 from him, gave him the thing that was worth $5 for him. Now he's got a yard gnome, so he goes to the yard gnome collector. He got it for a value of $5. The yard gnome collector is going to give him something worth $10 to him, and not really worth that much because it's not a yard gnome. So he takes it over to the record store and so forth. Now the other man, he decided to be turned down 100 times each day. So he would just go out and ask for outlandish things. He went into an ice cream place. Can I have a free banana split? No. Can I have half off a banana split? No. Can I have a bucket of ice cream, serving of ice cream for free? No. Can I have it for half? No. Can I have a free sample? Well, we give away free samples. Well, can I just have a scoop? Gave him a scoop. Now it's annoying, and he did it nicely. He would go in and start a conversation and talk. But what he learned is some places he would go to a place, hey, can I get an ice cream? Can I get this lunch for free? And they'd like, well, what do you want for free for? Well, I'm trying to see how many people will turn me down. I have a blog. Okay, well, put us on your blog. Here, have your lunch. Do a good review. Maybe they want you to do some reviews and put on, if you like it, put on Yelp and so forth. But he never got turned down 100 times in a day. He would, get to 50 maybe, or to 2. And sometimes people, can I have this ice banana split for free? No. Can I get 50% off? Yes. Or they'd say, we have a coupon, or to be honest, let me tell you, we don't sell many of these. Jerry down the road has them for half price. So there you go. So ask, ask, ask. And educate yourself as you work. I try to tell that to my artists. Don't stop because I heard somebody say it so succinctly. Don't go put your head in the sand and get an education. I've done that. It's a terrible thing. Now, I didn't do it to some extent. I had a good job in music. I went back to get my music degree because I wanted to eventually open up my music school. And I had degrees, but I'd been far in music. But in the arts, you have to work. You have to go do your art when you're in your your late teens and early 20s. That's when you're out there doing your work. But anyway, but do it concurrently. I wanted to get a real estate license at one point, and I knew a guy who was a real estate appraiser. So I shadowed him. I did work for him, anything I could do legally without signing it and so forth, and went to go get my real estate license and got that, and then got certified and worked for more companies. And as you're doing it, don't just stop everything and go. So that's my soapbox for today. That answers that question of how to get started. Now we can talk about music. I'll do some particular things of exactly how to do it. And I don't like doing that because there's really no exact. Some people will be totally fails at everything I tell them, and if they'll do one thing different, they're a success. So these are just it's not the things I do, it's the way I'm doing those things. And again, learning how to learn. So I hope this has been helpful. This has been Tony Underwood, the Music Man. You can find my music all over the place on Spotify. I have a YouTube channel, website, Instagram, Facebook. I'm going to be on TikTok and Twitch soon, so you can see those, and of course this podcast. And I've also got a lesson series coming out called Play Guitar Now that is going to be a 12-week series. It's going to let you learn how to play guitar. You'll be playing and doing all the things you need to do and be able to advance yourself to any level you want to be. And if you want to know about that, just go to my website and email me or IM me or hit me up, as they call it, whatever you need to do. You have all different ways to communicate with me, and I will definitely get back. Now, I'm not as up on some of the stuff that I'd like to be, so it might be a day or two if you're doing some insane craziness that I don't know how it works. But if you give me a message, I'll get back to you. So I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week with another exciting show. And let me know what you think about my shows. If they suck, just say it. If you don't like looking at me, say that. If you don't like the way I'm doing this, say that. If there's something you want me to talk about, say that. Something you want me to play for you, let me know. And I hope your life is going well. Stay safe. Do what you're supposed to do to protect yourself. And we will see you next week. This is the Music Man, Tony Underwood, signing off.